Giovane e talentuoso musicista russo, ha cominciato a suonare il piano all'età di soli 5 anni e poi ha proseguito i suoi studi in Basilea e ha vinto concorsi in tutto il mondo, soprattutto in Europa. E nel 2020 è stato girato un film su di lui, sulla sua vita e sulla sua formazione artistica.
You started to play in the Moscow Symphony Orchestra when you were only 11. How does it feel like to be such a young child playing such an important role in a big orchestra?
Well, it was quite nervous, of course, but it wasn't my first concert. First concert I played, but when I was 7, it was a very, very little concert with so probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes approximately. But yeah, it was exciting.
Teenagers nowadays are very busy. How did you combine your teenager life with your musician life and being a famous musician like you were?
Well, being musicians not only to play piano, the whole day. So we are also human beings, and we have our private lives and other activities. And of course, I try to travel. Yeah, now it's not really possible, but also I have quite a lot of stuff to do, except for classical music, of course.
You say you traveled, so I believe you traveled for music, and I hear that you traveled all over Europe for music. Which are the main differences in this field between Russia and Western Europe, like Italy, Switzerland, France?
So I would say that people are, of course, so different in these countries, and now I live in Switzerland. Mm-hmm. And even within this small country, the audience is really different. For example, in German part, people, if to compare German and French part, people are so different. And of course, I would say that I played once in Italy, and I would say that Russian and Italian audience is really similar. It's very open and very enthusiastic, and when they like someone, when Italians and Russian, then it means that they are so open. And when they hate something, it's also obvious. So, thanks God, I haven't experienced it, but yeah, I would say that people are so different everywhere.
And you say that in Switzerland they made a film. You lived in Switzerland, and in Switzerland they made a movie about you. Would you ever dream such a thing when you were a child?
Of course not. Of course not. And when we were filming, I always asked myself why me, and but yes, of course, for European people, for Swiss people, my story is quite special, because I was born really far from Russian capital, from Moscow, from big cities, and yeah, it's probably it sounds really interesting that it's such a cold and such a difficult region that I arranged to start my way as a musician. Yeah, but of course I couldn't even dream about it. But it was really a nice experience.
And what would be your advice to a young pianist who would like to become as famous as you, especially for someone who came from a small village, a small town, and I believe your age is so far in Siberia?
I would recommend not only to practice piano, but also to live a full life with a lot of art, a lot of friends, of course, a lot of other activities, sport and whatever. Not because the life of musician is not only about music and about practicing.